All right, Hershey and I are at Deems Lake State Park on Deems Lake in near Borden, Indiana, about 20 to 25 miles north of Louisville. We've gone camping here over the weekend, and this is a nice little lake. Let me go around in a circle. I'm going to do the 15th reading from William Gurnall's The Christian in Complete Armour. There's somebody else on a kayak out there. I kind of hope the camera is pointing in the right direction. That's the end of the lake up that way. The campsites are over in that direction. The boat ramp's over there, other kayakers. And Kim was over there on the other side of where that swan is. You can see the swan. And that's the camping beach. There's our other kayak up on the bank over there. And as I said, Hershey and I are out in the kayak. We're reading again from the Christian in Complete Armour, William Gurnall, Volume 1, the 15th reading. And I don't know if you're seeing the book or seeing, I'm not sure what the camera's seeing. It's on a mount that's on top of my head. And we're still in chapter 1. We're on page 45 of volume 1. And part 4 of chapter 1 is the admonition to appropriate the power of his might. And we're still in Ephesians. This is a deep dive, heavy study into Ephesians 6:10 through 17, putting on the full armor of God. And if we look, let's see, we're getting ready to his eternal desire, if that shows up on the camera, right there where my thumb is, part 4. I would encourage any of y'all to buy this book. I think I bought it on Amazon, the 3-volume set. But if you really want to read it, you need to read it instead of having me reading it to you. I'm just hoping to introduce this to you. But I'm going to start reading now, reading 15, his eternal desire. It has ever been and always will be the Father's will that we only trust Him. God demands to be called the Almighty. He insists we place our confidence in Him. That child is wise who does his Father's bids. Man may be called wise, merciful, mighty, but only God is all-wise, all-merciful, almighty. When we leave out this prefix all, we nickname God, and we call Him by a creature's name, which He will not answer to. His insistence on this particular is accented in several ways. Looks like we're kind of rotating around a little bit as we sit out here drifting. We're getting further from the beach too a little bit, but we're drifting out toward the middle and then drifting around. That's okay. Back to the reading. First, in the strict command to give Him glory for His power, He has made it clear in His dealings with men that all power is His, and He will not share His glory with any other. Neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid, but sanctify the Lord of hosts Himself. That's Isaiah 8:12-13. And not only in the midst of a marvelous display of His might, in the darkest hour, in the least likely circumstances, faith must run to the Father with praise for His greatness. The severe discipline He administers when we fail to trust Him also shows the importance of acknowledging His omnipresence. Our faith is so important to God that He will sometimes chastise His dearest children when they stagger in this area. He expects us to trust Him even when we come off poorly by our own standards. We are not to argue or reason. We are to submit and cling to the promise of His power poured forth for us. Zacharias merely asked the angel, "Whereby shall I know this? For I am an old man, and my wife well stricken in years." That's Luke 1:18. And for daring to question the vastness of God's power, he was struck dumb on the spot. God longs for His children to believe His word and not to dispute His power. The distinguishing mark of Abraham's faith was that he was fully persuaded that what God had promised, He was able also to perform. That's Romans 4:21. To encourage our trust, the Lord often intervenes in mighty ways on behalf of His people. Sometimes he allows an opposing force to arise so that at precisely the right moment he can raise up a more magnificent pillar of remembrance to himself. This pillar will stand in the very ruins of that which is contested by his power. Thus, when he intervenes, all must say, Almighty power was there. Somebody started up their Harley Davidson. Such was the case with Lazarus. Christ stayed away until the man was dead in order to give him a greater demonstration of his power. God sometimes used the same method in the Old Testament. Remember the Exodus. If God had brought Israel out of Egypt while Joseph was in favor at court, they probably would have had an easy departure. Instead, God reserved his deliverance for the reign of that proud Pharaoh who cruelly oppressed and satisfied his lust upon them, that his children might know beyond a doubt who had delivered them. God's timely intervention is a confirmation that you can believe. His almighty power is yours, engaged for your defense and to help in all trials and temptation. God miraculously brought Israel out of Egypt. Did he then set them down on the other side of the Red Sea to find their way to Canaan using their own skill and strength? No, the Lord God bare them as a man doth bear his son in all the way that they went. That's Deuteronomy 1:31. God makes the soul willing to come out of Satan's clutches, then brings them out of spiritual Egypt by his converting grace. When the saint is upon his march and the whole country rises up against him, how will he get safely past all his enemies' borders? God himself will enfold him in the arms of his everlasting strength. We are kept by the power of God through faith into salvation. That's 1 Peter 1:5. The power of God is that shoulder on which Christ carries you, his lost sheep, home, rejoicing as he goes. Luke 15:5. The everlasting arms of his strength are eagle's wings, upon which you are both tenderly and securely conveyed to his glory. That's Exodus 19:4. And that's where we're done with for today for reading number 15. I'll put my book back in this plastic bag and put my glasses in the plastic bag. I think I'll leave my camera on my head as I paddle. I'll go on around and show the whole circumference. I'll paddle in a little circle here before I paddle back into where Kim is. And she's over there somewhere. I still don't see her. Oh, there she is. She's over there. I see the white hat on the other side of that woman on top of that stand-up paddle board. We're going straight toward Kim right now in the white hat, right straight in front of the boat. We drifted a ways out there. That was probably about this close when I started, maybe even closer than this. So we drifted quite a ways. Alright, there she is, and she notices I'm coming, so I'm going to turn the camera off. You want your dog. Are you going to stay in that water right there? Whoa, whoa, slow down. Wait a minute. Don't turn me over. I'm not in a position to be turned over. You want that? Yeah, here we go. Come here. There's Kim and the dog. I'm going to have her hold the camera while I go out and do this surprise. I'm going to do it first without the light jacket. This is how it would be probably doing this.
Save the water at all, save the water at all costs. You don't have your life jacket on, how come? I hope not.
Okay, first thing is to turn the boat over.
Maybe that'll help.
You're welcome.
You probably need to put that seat down.
I think like 20. It is one. Yeah. And I yeah. I just he's like, yay! Yeah. And so I put him in the front.
Okay, you got to get up closer to the front. You can't do it. You can't do the side.
And I'm not in water over my head. I'm going to stand up.
Your water's behind you. Your water's behind you.
Well, the first time she went out, it wasn't enough, so we put a little bit more in.
There you go. There you go. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Just scoot yourself up. Remember balance. Scoot yourself up. Oh, it went off. Hang on. Hang on. Good job so far. You got it. Keep going. You got it. You got it. Oh! You got it. You got it. There you go. Hold on. Yay! Woo! Oh, hold on. Don't top. Good job. All right.
Alright. I'm back way too far. Alright, I made it.
Yay! Woohoo!
Were you filming me too?
Huh?
Were you filming me or filming
No. That's just rude. I wouldn't do that.
That's the whole point. She had to do it. She did it yesterday and I couldn't do it.
They say to, when you get used to it, to practice that.
Yeah.
Just so you know what you're doing.
If it happens.
If it does happen.
A lot of it's up here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because you just need to know you can do it.
Yep.
Alright.
Still recording.
Let's not drop it. Whoa. I made it.